Have you ever caught a lingering odor that just won't seem to fade, no matter how often you bathe? It's something many older adults deal with, yet almost no one is talking about it openly. In this video, I'm going to uncover the real cause behind that persistent scent. And believe me, it's not what most people assume. There's a common belief that the so-called old person smell is just a natural part of aging. But that's a myth. There's actually a very specific reason behind it, and once you know what it is, you can finally do something to eliminate it. You might feel like you've tried everything, every soap, every wash, but the truth is, the problem might be the areas you're overlooking. I'm going to show you the key spots most people miss, and once you start cleaning those the right way, that smell won't stand a chance. Stick with me, because toward the end, I'll walk you through some simple, practical steps you can take to freshen up, without spending a dime on expensive products. You'll feel cleaner, more confident, and completely in control of your personal care again. I'll also talk about how this issue can quietly affect your relationships, and how tackling it can actually change the way others see you. Your loved ones will notice the difference, I guarantee it. So stay tuned, because by the time we're done, you won't just feel better. You'll be able to help your family members avoid this issue too. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Your support truly makes this channel possible. If this video speaks to you, please like and share it. It helps us grow and spread the valuable wisdom of the wise journey. If you're interested in today's topic, drop a 1 in the comments. If not, comment 0 to let me know how I can do better next time. Now, let's dive into part 1. The hidden truth behind that unspoken smell. Let's be honest for a minute, ladies. We've all heard the phrase, "Old people smell." It's one of those things people murmur behind closed doors, or sometimes say outright with a laugh, like it's just a quirky side effect of aging. You'll hear it mostly from younger folks, convinced it's something that'll never happen to them. But here's the hard truth. It's real. And it's far more complicated than just missing a shower. As we age, our bodies go through subtle but powerful changes that no one really prepares us for. We expect the wrinkles, the thinning hair, the aching joints. Those are the visible signs. But no one pulls you aside to say, "Sweetheart, one day your body might start to smell different." It's not just in your head, and it's not because you're doing anything wrong. It's just something no one warned you about. Our skin, which once maintained itself with ease, starts to change. Remember how effortlessly soft and moisturized it used to feel? That's thanks to natural oils our bodies used to produce in abundance. Those oils not only kept us hydrated, but also helped sweep away bacteria and dead skin cells. But with age, those oils decrease. Dead skin cells begin to build up, especially in the warm, tucked-away parts of the body. And when they're not removed properly, they cling, and they start to smell. Here's where it gets really interesting. Aging bodies start to produce a compound called nonanol. It's something most people have never heard of, but almost everyone has smelled. It's a musty, greasy odor that hangs in the air, a scent most of us don't even realize we're carrying around. Why? Because we live with it daily. But others, they notice. Friends, family members, even strangers. You might not hear their comments, but they smell it even if you don't. And here's the frustrating part. The regular bath and bar of soap? They barely touch it. Unless you're cleaning the right places in the right way, that scent just clings. To your skin, your clothes, your furniture. You might have stopped noticing it, but that doesn't mean it's gone. The good news? You're not powerless. Far from it. This episode of The Wise Journey exists for one reason, to help you take back control. Once you know what's really going on, you can tackle the problem head-on. You can clean more effectively, feel more refreshed, and carry yourself with renewed confidence. You don't have to settle for it. You don't have to accept it. And you certainly don't have to let others define you by it. Let's talk about what you can do, starting right now, to feel vibrant, clean, and confident in your own skin again. Part 2. Why seniors are more prone to the odor. Now let me tell you something that most doctors will never mention. Why is it that, as we age, we start dealing with body odor in a way we never did when we were younger? Why is it that the 25-year-old down the street can mow his lawn in the blazing heat and still smell fresh as a daisy, while we, as we get older, start to notice that our scent seems to change in ways we can't ignore? It's not something we ask for, and it's not something we can just wash away like we did when we were young. But here's the truth, ladies. It's all biological, and it creeps up on us almost without warning. As we age, our skin changes. Remember how it used to shed those old skin cells like clockwork, almost effortlessly? Well, that process slows down, much to our frustration. Instead of our skin naturally sloughing off those dead cells, they hang around far longer than they should. And trust me, they don't just stay there being passive. Number. They mix with the sweat, oils, and pollutants that we encounter in the air every day. What does this do? It creates the perfect environment for bacteria to thrive. It's not pretty, and it's certainly not something we can simply wish away. But here's where it gets even more tricky. Non ineo. Yes, I'm bringing up that dreaded word again. Now, some of you might not know what that is, but let me tell you, this is a real game changer. When we were younger, our bodies didn't even produce this compound. It wasn't even on our radar. But as we start entering our 40s, 50s, and beyond, none gradually starts showing up. It's a byproduct of our skin's fatty acids oxidizing, which, to put it simply, means that the oils on our skin break down over time. It's natural, but that doesn't make it any less unpleasant. And let me tell you, this compound has a smell. A very distinct one. Some might describe it as greasy, while others say it's musty, or even grassy. No matter how you put it, it has a way of lingering. It's almost like it becomes a part of us that we can't shake off, no matter how much we try. And don't even get me started on perfumes. Oh sure, they might mask it for a minute or two. But that's all. They don't get rid of the odor. In fact, in some cases, the scent of perfume mixes with it and makes it worse, creating a combination that's even more noticeable. The very thought of that mix can make us feel embarrassed and self-conscious. And I want to be real with you for a second. Some areas of our body make this smell even worse than others. Think about places where skin rubs together, where folds form, or where there's less airflow. You might be thinking of under the arms or between the legs, and you'd be right. But here's the thing. There's one place that most people overlook, and it's honestly the worst offender of all. It's the one area that gets forgotten, and yet it can make all the difference in how we feel about ourselves, especially as we navigate these changes in our bodies. It's frustrating. It's not fair, and I get it. We deserve better, but it's something we all have to face, whether we like it or not. Part 3. The overlooked zone, behind the ears. Now let's shine a light on one of the most commonly missed areas when it comes to hygiene, especially for older adults. It's simple, it's small, and yet it makes a surprisingly big impact. I'm talking about that quiet little corner right behind your ears. It might seem insignificant, maybe even a bit silly to mention, but don't be fooled. This overlooked patch of skin can be one of the biggest culprits behind lingering odor. When was the last time you gave that area any real attention? Not just a splash of water during your shower, but a focused, intentional scrub with your fingers, right where your ear connects to your jawline. If you're still with me and finding this helpful, drop a 1 in the comments so I know you're here and learning right along with me. You see, this small spot hides in plain sight, which makes it incredibly easy to neglect. But it's also the perfect environment for buildup. The skin is thinner, the folds are tighter, and oils, sweat, and grime have a way of settling there unnoticed. And let's be honest, we all tend to assume that the water from a regular shampoo or rinse will take care of it. But it doesn't. Behind the ears becomes a gathering place for more than just sweat. You've got natural oils from your scalp, leftover hair products, dead skin cells, and even dirt or pollution from the air around you, all collecting in a tiny spot most people forget to clean. If you wear glasses, earrings, or even high collars, you're adding pressure and heat to that area, basically sealing in all that buildup against your skin. And because it's not easily visible, it stays forgotten until it starts to smell. That odor? It can sneak up on you. It lingers. And the worst part is, you often don't smell it yourself, but others can. Let me tell you from personal experience. I didn't believe it either at first. I thought, how bad could it be? But one evening, I took a damp cloth, wiped behind my ears, and I was stunned. The scent was strong. Embarrassingly strong. And that's the part that gets you. No one tells you. Not your partner, not your kids, not your friends. People won't mention it out of politeness, but they'll back away. They'll hesitate when you reach in for a hug. They'll start keeping their distance without saying a word. It hurts. And most of the time you have no idea why it's happening. But it doesn't have to be that way. Just a simple moment, an extra few seconds in the shower or with a washcloth, can change how you feel about yourself and how others interact with you. It's easy to overlook, but it makes a world of difference. So next time you're taking care of yourself, don't forget that hidden corner behind your ears. Give it the attention it deserves, and enjoy the fresh, clean feeling that follows. Part 4. What happens if you keep ignoring it? Let's talk about what truly happens when you keep ignoring that small but significant spot. You see, we all have our habits. We live by them. We're comfortable with them. And let's face it, changing them can feel impossible, especially after years, even decades, of doing things the same way. But here's the raw truth that I need you to hear and internalize. If you keep neglecting to clean behind your ears properly, it transforms into something I can only call a silent stink. Now, you won't notice it. You've gotten so used to your scent, it's almost as if you become immune to it. But here's the thing, others will. And they don't just notice it in passing, they'll be aware of it on a deep, gut level. It starts with the buildup of oils. Over time, those oils collect in that little corner, unseen, but very much present. And then, without warning, the bacteria move in, breaking down those oils, feeding off the residue we leave behind. That's where the smell originates. And it's not just a random scent. It's the smell of bacteria thriving on what's left untouched. No fancy perfume, body spray, or even your most expensive lotion is going to mask it. Those things might only make it worse, mixing with the bacteria to create that strange, almost indescribable sweet and sour aroma that you've probably noticed, but couldn't quite put your finger on. It's the kind of smell you can't ignore, yet it's subtle enough to make you feel uncomfortable in your own skin. But here's the real kicker. It doesn't just stop there. It starts affecting your skin health. That neglected area becomes irritated, angry even. You might notice redness, itching, or even small, painful bumps that begin to show up behind your ears, or trickle down your neck. Have you ever wondered why your pillow seems to carry a faint, unpleasant odor when you rest your head on it at night? Or why the collar of your favorite blouse gets grimy so much faster than it used to? Now you know. It's all tied to that small but powerful area you've been overlooking. But perhaps the most heartbreaking consequence of all, it changes the way people interact with you. Yes, you read that right. Over time, it can start to affect the way others perceive and respond to you. They may not hug you as often, or maybe they pull away quicker when you lean in for a friendly embrace. You might even notice that they avoid sitting too close to you, not because they don't care, but because human nature tends to shy away from discomfort, and no one likes to be near a smell that can't quite escape. It's not about a lack of love. It's just how we are. We instinctively react to what our senses pick up. It's a painful reality, but it's the truth. But here's the good news, and this is where everything changes for you. You can fix it. Yes, you can reverse it, and it's easier than you might think. I'll walk you through exactly how to make that happen, step by step. So stick with me. Don't even think about going anywhere because this is far too important for you to miss. You deserve to feel confident, clean, and embraced by those around you, without hesitation. Let's turn this around together. Part 5. How to clean it properly. I promise you, this is so much easier than it may seem. I know we've all been there, overwhelmed by the idea of cleaning every nook and cranny of our bodies. But trust me, this doesn't need to be complicated. Ladies, now we're finally getting to the fun and rewarding part, the solution. And let me reassure you, it's much simpler than you think. Forget about buying that expensive, fancy cleanser, or splurging on the latest gadget that promises to work miracles. All you need is a little time, a gentle approach, and yes, some consistency. You see, so many of us think that a good cleaning routine requires heavy scrubbing, harsh soaps, or high-end products. But here's the truth. What you truly need is not a complicated regimen, but a consistent, simple, and gentle hygiene routine that can leave you feeling fresh, clean, and confident. And that's exactly what you deserve. So what's the secret? The key here, without a doubt, is consistency. It's not about using abrasive scrub brushes or strong, irritating soaps that leave your skin feeling tight or raw. Instead, it's about being gentle and thoughtful about how you clean your body, especially in those areas we often forget. Behind the ears? It's a prime example, and I can't tell you how many times I've neglected it in the past. I'll tell you exactly how I do it. Next time you're in the shower and you've already worked through your hair and body wash, take a few extra moments to focus on those places that might not always get the attention they deserve. For me, behind the ears is always at the top of my list. This part of the routine has honestly transformed how I feel about my hygiene. It's like giving yourself a mini spa treatment. So refreshing. Now, here's the trick. You don't need to overcomplicate it. Just grab a bit of your regular body wash or a mild face cleanser, nothing harsh, nothing fancy, and gently massage it in with your fingertips. Trust me, the softness of your fingers will work wonders without damaging your skin. But here's where it gets even better. Rinse it off with warm water. Don't just quickly splash a bit of water and call it a day. No, take a few extra seconds to rinse the area thoroughly. You'd be amazed at how much soap and residue stick around, especially if you've been using hairspray, gel, or even shampoo. You might be shocked by how much stays behind without you even realizing it. And then don't just let the water drip away. Take a soft towel and gently pat the area dry. I know we all understand the importance of drying off properly, but I think we tend to forget just how important it is in those delicate spots like behind the ears. Leaving the area damp is like giving bacteria a free pass to come back, and we certainly don't want that. Remember, the longer you let that moisture stay, the more likely it is that it'll turn into a problem. That simple step, drying it off, makes all the difference in preventing anything from growing where it shouldn't. But here's the real secret, the one that will truly make you feel fresh and clean all day long. This isn't a one-time quick fix. You need to make it part of your daily routine. It only takes a few extra seconds, but those seconds are worth their weight in gold. I promise you, those moments of extra care will leave you feeling so much better about yourself. You'll notice the difference in your confidence, in the way you feel as you go about your day. It's like a secret weapon. No more worrying about body odor or feeling self-conscious. Just clean. Just fresh. And, oh yes, you'll smell amazing. So simple, yet so powerful. Part 6. Other commonly missed spots. As we continue talking about those commonly forgotten areas that often slip through the cracks, I feel it's so important to bring attention to a few more spots that we tend to overlook. Trust me when I say these areas, though easily ignored, can contribute to that musty, uncomfortable smell we all try to avoid. It's not just about keeping clean, it's about maintaining a sense of freshness, confidence, and well-being. I know we all get busy, but when we neglect these places, it's easy to forget how much of a difference these small efforts can make. First, let's talk about under the breasts. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, I'm fine there, or that's no problem. But believe me, I've seen it so many times. The skin folds under the breasts, especially for those of us with larger chests, tend to collect sweat, oils, and dead skin. These folds, while naturally there, are prime spots for unwanted odors to accumulate. It's one of those areas that can easily be forgotten, but it's essential to pay attention to. After a good shower, take the extra time to thoroughly dry under there. I love to use a little powder or body spray to keep things feeling fresh, but I cannot stress enough, don't go overboard with it. Excess powder can sometimes irritate, and we don't want that. A light touch is all you need to keep that area feeling clean and dry. And I promise you, it makes a huge difference in how comfortable you feel. Then there are the belly folds, another area that tends to trap moisture, especially if you've got a fuller belly like I do. It might seem like a small thing, but these folds can collect sweat and oils, creating the perfect breeding ground for bacteria, which leads to that unpleasant smell we all dread. You wouldn't think twice about wiping your face after sweating, so why not give a little more attention to this area? After washing, make sure to gently pat it dry. If you're someone who sweats more during hot weather or after physical activity, it's even more crucial to dry the area thoroughly to keep everything fresh and odor-free. It's one of those self-care habits that's not just about looking good, but feeling good too. And let's not forget about our feet. Oh, our feet. I know it might sound silly, but how many of us take the time to clean between our toes properly? It's one of those areas that's easily overlooked, especially after a long day in shoes that don't breathe well. Trust me, keeping your feet clean and dry is a game changer. When we forget about the little spots between our toes, we create an environment where sweat can accumulate and lead to not-so-pleasant odors. I highly recommend using foot powder or some kind of absorbent powder and regularly checking your toenails. It's a small act that can make such a huge difference in how fresh you feel all day long. Just think about how amazing it feels when your feet are properly cared for. It's like a little act of love for your body. Lastly, there are the backs of your knees and elbows. These spots are often neglected, and I get it. They're not areas that rub against clothes or attract attention, but they still collect sweat and oils. They're hidden from view, but they deserve just as much attention as the rest of your body. These small spots don't get the credit they deserve, and when you give them a little extra care, you'll notice how much fresher and more comfortable you feel. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. These forgotten spots, as easy as they are to miss, hold the key to that fresh, confident feeling we all crave. It's about taking that extra moment to show your body some love. Trust me, it's worth it. Part 7. The benefits of tackling. This freshness, confidence, and dignity. These aren't just buzzwords, they're the essence of feeling truly alive, fully present, and at peace with yourself. I know it may sound like I'm focusing on the smallest of details, but believe me, the impact is profound. It's like a ripple effect that starts with the smallest change and radiates throughout your entire being. When you start paying attention to areas you might have overlooked, like behind your ears, it's like you're awakening to a new version of yourself. Suddenly, you don't just feel fresh, you feel rejuvenated, like you've shed the weight of the world. Think about it for a moment. You know that incredible sensation after a long, refreshing shower when every part of your body feels clean, light, and renewed? Now add to that the quiet, powerful confidence that comes from knowing you've taken care of the little things no one else even thinks about. You've noticed them, and you've cared enough to do something about it. That's the kind of personal power I'm talking about. It's not just about hygiene, it's about self-respect. We all deserve to feel empowered in our bodies. As we age, that sense of self-respect becomes even more essential because it's the foundation of how we move through the world. It's about saying, I matter. I'm worth this extra care, this little bit of attention. How we present ourselves, how we feel in our skin, those things matter more than anything else. Trust me when I say this, when you no longer worry about that dreaded old person smell, You'll notice something magical. You'll stand a little taller, you'll walk a little more confidently, and you'll approach social situations with a sense of pride that says, "I'm here and I'm thriving." Whether it's a hug from a friend or a family gathering, you'll feel secure in the knowledge that you've taken care of yourself in ways others may not even realize, and that's powerful. Because age doesn't define you. A scent doesn't define you. What defines you is how you choose to show up every day. When you care about those little details, you're telling the world that you're still in control, still vibrant, still you. I know this from experience. The moment I started paying attention to these small yet significant areas, I felt a shift. It wasn't just about smelling better. It was about taking back control of my life, my confidence, my dignity. And let me tell you, you deserve that control too. It's not about perfection, it's about empowerment. Every small action, every moment of care you give yourself, adds up to something much bigger. You're worthy of feeling your best, no matter your age. Part 8. Don't forget to teach your loved ones. 2. As we journey through life, we often forget about one very important thing: the younger generation in our lives, like our children and grandchildren. It's so easy to get wrapped up in our routine, thinking that we've got everything covered, but let me tell you, these little hygiene habits we've learned over the years, they're just as important for them as they are for us. And sometimes we forget to pass that wisdom down. I'm not suggesting we become some kind of hygiene experts, running around constantly offering lessons, but let's not ignore the fact that these seemingly small, everyday habits can make a big difference. It's funny, isn't it? As we grow older, we often find ourselves receiving care and attention from the younger generation, and while we're caught up in making sure we're doing everything right for ourselves, sometimes those younger ones, whether it's our kids or grandkids, are missing out on these same little tips. They might not even realize it, but they too need guidance when it comes to taking care of their bodies. We're all busy, we all have full lives, full schedules, but here's the truth I've learned. When we take the time to teach our loved ones how to properly care for themselves, it doesn't just benefit them, it benefits all of us. The thing is, no matter if they're in their 30s, 40s, or even 50s, some simple things slip through the cracks. Maybe they're rushing in the morning or just haven't had someone to guide them along the way. I know that I wish someone had shown me these things earlier in my life, and I think you might feel the same. Instead of waiting for someone to notice or point out the things that need to be done, why not step up and be the one to share the knowledge? Imagine how fulfilling it would be to teach them something as simple as how to properly clean behind their ears or to make sure they're drying off completely after a shower. These are the kinds of habits that last a lifetime, and when we pass them on, it's more than just a lesson. It's a gift of confidence, of self-respect, and of knowing how to stay fresh and healthy as we age. And when you think about it, isn't that what we want for them? To feel their best? To carry themselves with pride, and to know that they are doing everything they can to stay healthy and happy? That, to me, is one of the greatest gifts we can give. It's like leaving behind a legacy of love and care, one that will continue to shape their lives long after we've shared these moments. The pride that comes from knowing you've passed on that knowledge, from seeing them walk through life with the confidence you helped them build, is a feeling unlike any other. That's something truly beautiful, and it's worth every bit of effort. As we wrap up today's discussion, I want to take a moment to ask you, what have you learned so far? Whether it's about caring for your body, teaching your loved ones those little but essential habits, or simply the power of sharing wisdom, I'd love to hear what stood out to you in the comments below. Please share just one thing you've learned today that you'll be bringing into your own life. What's that one habit you'll start practicing or sharing with those you care about? If you found this video helpful, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Together, let's keep learning, growing, and supporting each other on this beautiful journey. Thank you for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.